The long-awaited DONNA 2 is officially out now, and I had the pleasure of working on the project as well. I'd like to say a big thank you and well done to everyone who was on the project. It was an insane experience, and I really enjoyed my time getting to know everyone and making music with them. So what we're going to do today is we're going to break down the beats that I produced and the songs that I worked on. I produced Jerkk, Traa, Partyy, 10, Fraud, and Perfectly Imperfect, with vocals on the last two. So let's not waste any time and just get into this. The first track we're going to be going over is Jerkk. So I started this off using Omnisphere and Xenology, and the original patches were pretty cool, but then I added my own effects on top and bussed them together and added some more effects to that. Then I added a complex layer of drums, which you can see in the playlist. It's pretty spread out, but it does kind of make sense. I had everything written inside there. I didn't use patterns for the 808s because I felt like I can do more with them, and they sound like this. So if we bring that all together, it sounds like this. Halfway through Midwest vocals, I added a switch up to the bass line. Then I added some synth layers on top for the next part. So the whole point of this beat was to just take that inspiration from Jerkk and fuse it with some more synthy elements and different percussion, and I think it turned out really well. Isaac and Midwest did a great job on this, and I'm really happy with how this song turned out. The next song we're going to break down is Traa. So I decided to put together some percussion for the song, starting off with the kick and perks, and then adding in some breath sound effects. And then adding a very simple single note bass underneath all of that. Then we added some synth pads that slowly open up as the first chorus progressed. Then when JoJo's verse came in, I added some new basses and patterns that really helped elevate the song and keep that dark mood. And then finally, when the chorus comes back in, we decided to add some strings to help complement the vocals, and it really added to the track. Baby, come put your body on me. Ain't too bad, see, I know you're mine. She's the one loving on me, yeah. She's the one put it on me, yeah. Put that body on me, yeah. So by making the beat like this, it allows the vocals to bring out the mood and have more freedom on the track, which I think really made the song. Now the third track we're going to go into is Partyy. I had such a great time producing this one because the instrumental was so full and atmospheric. So let's break this down. We started off with shakers, percussion, hi-hats, kick, and a snare, and we put them together to make an introduction that JoJo can really do his thing on. After this, I added a bass line and accompanying texture low notes, and I think this really brought out that depth in the low end, which helped that introduction feel dark, but also leading to something more majestic. After this, a kind of Y2K type lead started to slowly filter in, and we had that build up towards the drop. And then when the main chorus comes in, it's built up of a few leads in the high end that are padded together, a simple kick pattern, and low bass notes that fill the space. We left the high end quite empty so that Lex's vocals can fill up that area, and once we added the reverb and delays, it really brought out everything in that chorus. And then for the second part of the chorus, the counter melodies come in, and so do the claps. Now for Yummy's part, I had the idea of switching it up so that we can accompany his vocals a bit better than the original instrumental did. So I added a Moog bass in the low ends, and I think that really carried his verse along, so that when he started rapping, it fit with everything else. This was laid with a simple kick pattern and a low texture pad that accompanied everything else. Now when Lex's part comes back in, we dropped the majority of the instruments and we added a new Omnisphere pluck, and that really helped bring in that bridge, add his shiny vocals on top, and bring that right back into the chorus, kind of like a transition or a portal. Now let's move on to the next track, 10. And not track 10, it's track 9, but it's called 10.
I don't need no friends in my best Apollo. I don't need no friends in my best Apollo. To my 10, I don't need a borrow. To my 10, pretty baby, order.
I started off by getting a few leads and main synths to get that sound together. Then I worked on the drums and 808 to give it a bounce. And altogether they sounded like this. And for the rest of the song, all we did was remove elements from the beat for different parts and bring them back in later on. Now let's move on to the next song, Fraud. So we started this off with a tight synth playing a new jazz-inspired melody with a nice little top line. Then a bass line was brought in for the second part of the intro. And then for the drop, I used 5 different 808s, played at different times. Then I added some kicks, a bit of percussion, and a nice hi-hat. And in this track, I also used low-end texture layering, so I overlapped a piano with a third 808 that made it hit much harder. Then I added some additional layering in the high end for the melodies. And then for the bridge section, I used another different type of synth, which is much more thin and contained, but still gives it that presence in the background. So when my part comes in, I used a different type of bass leading into the main drop, which my verse then continues, and then that goes back into the original beat. Honestly, his beat is very good, and I'm proud of Sofuli for doing his part with vocals too. It's his first time properly recording on a song, and I think he smashed it. So yeah, this song came out really well. Let's move on to the next one, Perfectly Imperfect.
I can't be too worried, me just looking on me, I'm in a hurry.
Now this is a more production heavy track where the vocals need to blend in more with the actual ambience of the beat. So everything I had to do had to complement that. So the vocals and the way they were recorded, and the way they were mixed, and the way their effects were, had to also complement all the instruments and the melodies of the main instrumental. So this is how we kind of started it off. I used a sustained distorted lead alongside some plucks and slowly filtered them into the song. For the drop, I added a sequenced synth, an octave moving bass line, and then 2 serum plucks that when combined sound very much like the In Memoriam preset inside of Omnisphere. After this, I added some open hat hits alongside a soft clap. So altogether the drop sounds like this. So once we pair that with Lex's vocals that were mixed in a more ambient way with more reverb and delay, and added auto-tune to the back-end vocals to make them hold that sustain higher, it makes the track sound very atmospheric.
I put you up. I can't be too sorry, I can't be too worried, me just looking on me, I'm in a hurry.
And then when we drop out the instrumental and bring in my part, it has the same principle. The atmosphere is important, so everything needs to be added on. Delays, reverbs, shimmers, and ambient reversed effects. That way you can feel the atmosphere in the vocals as well as feeling it in the beat. And they should always complement each other in this style.
You're messing with my mind, don't know baby I can't keep going round in circles saying things you don't understand. Convince me I'm alright, then stab me in the back. My disarray has got me thinking we can do what we can. My soul is burning, everything is turning perfectly imperfect, and that's why it still hurts me. I've been alone, that way nobody can hurt me. I'm perfectly imperfect, so why can't you just love me?
After my part, we then added Soft Willie's vocals, chopped them up, and added some effects to them so that we can bridge in that gap between me and Lex. Lex also added vocals for this transition in the second half of it, but those were mixed in by Exit. So that just about wraps it up for Perfectly Imperfect, and also for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video and seeing behind the music itself and how it's put together, as these are really important things for anyone to even think about. And if you are a producer or a musician who's watching this and thinking, how on earth do I even make something like this? Just remember, simplicity is key. Start off small and build slowly, and make sure you're enjoying what you're listening to. And if you stick to those rules, you'll make beautiful music regardless. Anyway, it's been great. Catch you guys later. Peace. Oh, and make sure you're streaming DONNA too. It's out everywhere, everywhere, everywhere.